Hello, everyone. I'm Mary. I choose the topic of leadership for innovation because I have engaged in this article and summarized for a brief overview of the key information. This reading is working on the process of exploring key leadership behaviors and values related to the impact on innovation and performance. Moreover, the analysis of issues related to leadership and innovation reflected our critical thinking. Further, how leadership influenced innovation outcomes and the relationship between leadership, organizational context, and innovation outcomes. Then, the effects of leadership on innovation on the two level related to process, products, service level of an organizational level. Lastly, it talk about leadership challenge of innovation. We could see the table, which is about the contingencies within leadership, organizational antecedents of innovation, dimensions of innovation. Um, this table is applied for the organizational context, which is not only through its effect on the innovation, on the motivation of followers, but also a coordination system to support innovative activities. Moreover, leaders have a responsibility to design an appropriate organizational context for their followers. So the second category of this in this table is about organizational antecedents of innovation. This table concentrates on which leadership could influence the innovation process, including culture and competencies, as well as design attributes such as structures and system. The last one is about the dimensions of innovation. This this innovation is to evaluate the innovation enablers which will be effective within organizations. The significant external factors related to legislation, regulation, and competition will affect innovation as well. So, learn from a survey that I will post as reference. More than 70% of the senior executives says that innovation will be at least one of the top three drivers of accelerate the pace of change in today's global business environment. Leading strategic thinkers are moving beyond a focus on conservative products and service categories, but to pioneer innovations in business processes, distribution, value chains, creative business models, and even consideration of the functions of management. According to my own working experience, there are no best practice solutions to seed and achieve innovation. Many leaders could reflexively use the innovative structures and processes to encourage it. Based on this specific rating, transformational leadership focus on process of products, ambidexterity focus on organizational level, which is an effective way to manage innovation. There are so many leaders that have been worked for. Almost all of them consider that people and corporate culture are the most important drivers of innovation. I think this article is deeply analyzed the link between leadership and innovation. However, it takes too much space to introduce overview or approach for leadership and innovation concept. And the two case studies are separated from the main body of the article, which you can see just in the bottom. It is not available for understanding and it's not easy for us to understand in this order. So this slide is about the suggestion of some points for the follow-up thinking and discussion in the class. Table 1 is a description and display of the transformational and transactional leadership behaviors. The key factors include idealized influence, inspirational motivation, intellectual stimulation, individualized consideration, and also the contingent rewards and management by exception. So the behaviors are varied, and what I suggest of following thinking is that the stage of innovation, which interests me the most. So the second table is about the effects of leadership in innovation that you can see on the screen. It includes the incremental innovation and radical innovation. So the two categories can be described with further information like motivational aspects of leadership and structuralist aspects of leadership. About the motivational aspects of leadership, the incremental innovation can be the balance between transformational and transactional leadership. For structuralist aspects of leadership, the incremental innovation is emphasis on structure, systems, processes, and processes. The radical innovation of motivative aspects of leadership is emphasis on transformational leadership. And finally, the structuralist aspects of leadership about radical innovation is emphasis on values, norms, beliefs, and informal networks. It just reminds me that keeping the balance between transformational and transactional leadership is really significant. Each stage of the project that could apply to different innovation activities. We could talk we could talk about this in the class later. Thank you.